athletes are people who are learning to be athletes. So when they take part in games or they take part in sports, should they be paid? How one is money? In my opinion, I believe that student athletes should be paid because I think that they are only students, and even when they take part in games or they do sports, they take part in sports events, they should be paid. So I will talk about two reasons why I believe that student athletes should be paid. Now, firstly, I think that student athletes should be paid because they are students and they are only studying, which means that their skills aren't fully developed and they aren't fully trained to be real athletes. So when they are the people who study, they don't get money. They should be the one who is paying money to the people who are training them, to their trainers. They shouldn't be the one who gets money. It's the trainers who get the money, who earns the money, and they have to pay their money. They shouldn't get any money even when they take part in sports events because they are the students and they are the one who studies, not the one who is training or the one who is real athletes and taking part in real games. So for example, this is not about sports, but if you are a student and you're learning to be a teacher, it doesn't mean like a student teacher. It doesn't mean that you're going to get paid because you're learning to be you are learning to be a teacher and you're a student teacher, and when you are learning to do that, you don't teach any real classes. You're only teaching kind of made-up classes, or you should be paying the people who are pretending to be your students, or you should pay the people who owns the classroom that you are kind of borrowing so that you could teach. You aren't earning any money, or you should earn it. You should be the one who is paying money. So for my second point, I think that student athletes should be paid because they are only students and they don't deserve to be paid, even if they are taking part in sports events. Because these sports events, I think they aren't important. It's just some kind of dumb events or dumb games about sports that doesn't really matter much to people. Not many people will watch it or see it. It's usually just the family members of those students athletes who comes and watch the game or who comes to the sports event and congratulate or kind of help the athletes in the game or the sports event. Student athletes should be paid because they only take part in those kind of small sports events or small games, small sports games. It isn't a special event or an important one or a really important event. It isn't any of those. It's just a small game, a small sports event, and student athletes don't deserve to be paid because they aren't fully trained and their skills who aren't exactly developed as a real athlete. So when they do take part in games, that game will be kind of boring because they aren't fully trained and they don't know much about sports. They don't know as much about sports as a real athlete, which means that the game won't be exciting as a real one. The sports event won't be as exciting as a real one. So not many people will watch it because it is a bit boring and it isn't important. So in conclusion, I believe that student athletes should be paid because they are the one who is studying. They are studying to be athletes. They are training to be athletes, which means that they have to pay their trainers. It's not that they should get paid. It's them paying the trainers, not being paid. And also, student athletes aren't fully trained, aren't fully developed, and they only take part in those unimportant games or unimportant sports events. They don't take part in the really important ones. So that's all my opinion about student athletes, and thank you for listening.